All right, live. Today we're talking about lawsuits because they are around every single corner, hiding in the bushes, just waiting for you to fuck up, and somebody is going to sue your ass because you should have known some information about a certain property, and you're supposed to be a real estate expert, except you actually don't receive training on so many different areas you don't receive training on, but you should have known as the real estate agent about everything ever. So here's what I'm talking about. We're out at a property yesterday, very beautiful home, rural property on 40 something acres, and it has beautiful finished garage. And I mean, it's stucco with tile inside. It's just a great property. So I'm walking through this property and we're in this finished garage, and I noticed a bathroom in the garage. And just from experience, just from being around the game, I know to ask, hey, is that bathroom permitted? Because it looks permitted, but I'm not going to let whatever I think may be permitted just slip by. And he's like, actually, no, I put that in after. That is not permitted. I'm like thinking, okay, well, what's the next step? Well, this property is also rural septic. And I said, well, if this bathroom isn't permitted, then where is the sewer line running to? And there's like, well, we tied it into the main septic system, which may or may not overload that septic system, which is also a problem as well. So look, guys, there's so many ways to get your ass sued in this game because of things you should have known. And guess what? There is no fucking training for this. So what are you going to do? Well, number one, you can't go around acting like you're going to get sued for everything and be nervous Nelly about every single day. You better try to learn. You better try to educate yourself about all of the different problems and all the major lawsuits. And especially out here in Nevada, where we have a lot of rural property, you better get to know wells and septic system, because that's where so many fucking lawsuits start and there's so many problems. This particular property had 2 wells on it, and that's a no-no. And then one of the wells has gone dry twice and has been drilled several times. Guys, if you don't disclose this kind of shit and you don't know to ask those kinds of questions about these properties, he's so far up a shit creek, you're going to be involved in all kinds of lawsuits and problems if you don't know to ask these types of questions and you don't know how to get them disclosed properly, and you don't tell the other agent or the buyer or whatever. And even if you do, you can still get your ass caught in a lawsuit. And don't ever rely on a home inspector to make up for your lack of knowledge, because they miss shit too. And it is not their job to make up for what you miss. I mean, it is sort of, that's why you hire one, right? When you get in that courtroom, they are going to say, well, you should have known. It's like, well, we had a home inspection. No, you should have known that this was a problem, and shit gets missed all the time. So here's one thing, guys. If you don't know about a certain type of property, if you're new to multifamily, if you're new to real estate, if you're new to rural ranch properties, mineral rights, water rights, and all this other crazy shit that's going on out there, bring an expert with you. Go find the expert in that field and give them half the fucking commission and say, hey, I want to learn this property. Here's a listing. Here's a listing, and I'm willing to give you commission. I just want to learn what you do on these properties so that I don't fuck something up. Put your ego aside. If you're an agent, you've only done like 3 sales in your entire career, or 7 sales, and your next listing is $1 million ranch listing because it's your uncle's friend who knows nobody in real estate because they've spent all their life on a ranch and don't get outdoors much, and they ask you to list it, find an expert to co-list with you. Put your ego aside. There's enough deals in real estate for you to consider it a very inexpensive way to keep your ass out of a lawsuit and learn the game, because the alternative is fucking up on something like that and then having to go to court and getting sued for everything that you got. And that shit happens. It doesn't happen a lot, but a lot of lawsuits and a lot of mediation do happen often. People getting in trouble for ethics violations and all kinds of shit. So watch your ass on this. And if you guys don't know something, put your ego aside, go ask the expert, be willing to trade your commission. You'll keep yourself protected. See you guys tomorrow.